Hi everyone. I'm here today to do a little small segment on how to start tomato plants from a cutting. Well, we all know that when you grow a tomato plant at the joint gets here on the tomato plant, I'm not sure if you can see this little piece right where my finger is pointing down here. That's a sap, a sucker branch. That sucker branch will grow up and your tomato plant gets too bushy and it doesn't produce properly. Your tomatoes are smaller if you let it get too bushy. So the idea is you're supposed to pluck these sucker shoots that grow up out of your plants. You're supposed to let your plant's main stem grow up, and you just prune all of those little suckers from between the leaves on the main stem. Okay, well, sometimes we are busy, don't notice, and one of those little suckers actually turns into something that looks like this. I got this off of a bigger tomato plant. I didn't realize it had grown up out of the center. Well, you can actually start another tomato plant with the suckers, and it doesn't matter how big or little they are. So this one here was quite large. It's actually larger, I think, than the plant that, no, it's roughly the same size. Well, we put this in a jar with just a little bit of worm casting tea. Just plopped it in there, and lo and behold, within a week I have roots growing on the sucker shoot that I took off. Now, if you notice, I was not gentle when I took that off. I really did a number on the bottom of that. Doesn't matter, still started. It's going to go into some soil and it's going to grow a new tomato plant, and I don't have to wait 3 months for it to get this big. These are some other ones. If you notice, the leaves are a little beat up. That's only because I neglected them once the roots had started growing, and I took a while to put them into pots. Those will clear up. Nothing wrong with them. Give it a little bit of good worm casting tea fertilizer and put some worm castings in the soil with it, and it'll do just fine. It'll be flowering before you know it. Now, again, these cuttings, these sucker shoots that come off of your tomato plant come in various sizes. For example, this one here. All you do is you take that sucker shoot. I have some of these little biodegradable pots that you can buy in the store. You take your cutting, and you push it into the soil, and you put that under a dome, and it will grow roots and a new tomato plant. And again, doesn't matter. And this is another method. You can go to, actually Walmart carries these. They're little peat pods for starting seedlings. Same thing, you take your little sap cutting, stick it into the pod, and before you know it, you will have roots growing out of it, and you will have a new tomato plant. That little guy there, that was a sucker shoot, will turn into a new tomato plant. You put that one under the dome as well, and it will grow some roots. And you just keep doing that. They do have to be a little larger than the ones that I pulled off of this plant here, because they do have to have some kind of sustenance to pull the light in so they can grow their roots. But that's all there is to doing a cutting from a tomato plant. I will be putting all of these into soil or mason jars, and they will grow into productive plants. You put them into the mason jar, you use worm casting tea, straight worm casting tea that I'll be doing a video on how to make it. If you don't want to make it and you'd rather purchase it, you can contact us and we will make some for you and send it off to you. And that's all for this video today. Thanks for watching.